Good old Twitch. My favorite rando Toy Story nobody. He's by far my favorite Toy Story background character. Something about Twitch. I've just always liked him. I don't know if it's the insect-like appearance, the kind of wasp nature of it, or if it's the fact that he's very clearly an homage to He-Man style figures. I just always have liked Twitch. Something about him. The third movie had a lot of cool background characters, and Twitch is the one that stood out to me. So when the movie came out around 2010, I really wanted Twitch toys. I was able to get the minifigure and the garbage truck set. That's a pretty cool one, but we're talking about action figures today. And the only action figure I was able to get of Twitch back when the movie came out was this one, which is still really cool because it's kind of like a He-Man style action figure. You know, it's kind of homaging what he was homaging. There was like a smaller, more articulated figure of Twitch. I might get that one at some point, but I never got a chance to get that. But I was really happy with this one, especially since it is kind of in that He-Man style, He-Man scale. And if you don't believe me, here he is next to a guy I'm sure he got along with, Mosquitor. This is the Motu Origins one, not the vintage one. But I did kind of put him in the classic squat pose. So you can see, yeah, he's pretty much Masters of the Universe size. He's got the big bulk. He's got the harness. I feel like he fits right in with Motu. I feel like he looks exactly like a He-Man character. I've always really enjoyed that about the character. However, this toy isn't really accurate to the toy in the movie. He was larger, he had some action features, this, that, and the other. And while I really enjoy this toy as being kind of like a direct, oh, here's a Twitch figure in a He-Man style. You know, while I enjoyed that, it wasn't accurate to the movie. The one I always wanted, the one I always chased after, was the big Thinkway 12-inch one. And for years and years, I never thought I would get it. I always thought it would be out of my reach because the thing costs over $100. But I went to the flea market today, and I found one for $40. So, finally, I have the big Thinkway Twitch. And we're doing a video discussing both of these figures, but obviously I gotta raise the camera because the Thinkway one is huge! Look at how big he is! He's enormous! He's super cool. I love him. He's got tons of little sculpted detail. He's definitely more faithful to the toy in the movie. He was a larger scale. He was, you know, he had little action features and things, like just a little spoiler alert. It's so cool. It's so cool, and I'm super happy to have this Thinkway one. I think this one might have been Mattel. I think this is a Mattel Twitch, if I'm not mistaken, which would be funny because Mattel made He-Man. Yeah, Mattel. So Mattel was pretty much directly homaging He-Man with this, I almost called him Mosquitor, with this Twitch right here. So that's really cool. I'm actually curious, since his gun fell out of his hand. Does he hold Motu weapons? No, this weapon's got a really weird handle. I mean, I'm sure if he had a larger weapon, like a, you know, like the power sword or something, he could hold that. But still, I love the little one, but I really always wanted this bigger one. And I'm happy I finally found it for a price that's not absolutely crazy. Now, granted, mine is not perfect, because I don't know if you've noticed, if you're very eagle-eyed, you might have, but mine has 2 left thighs. That was just Thinkway quality control back in 2010, I guess. That was an oversight. I haven't seen any others with 2 left thighs. Mine might be a one and only. But hey, that might mean it's worth less. To some collectors, that might mean it's worth more. I don't know, it's up to you. But for me, I think it's kind of adorable because my Lego Twitch actually had a misprint where, kind of looking at this right here, on my Lego one, this half of the eye was printed, but that half was not. So it's kind of cool. So this one doesn't seem to have a quality control issue, but 2 out of my 3 Twitches have a quality control issue. So that's something about it. It's kind of poetic. I don't care. For the record, I don't care about this. He looks fine. He still poses okay. I am okay with that. I didn't get this thing to be super articulated. Oh, I love Twitch so much. I want it to, you know, ACBA, whatever. No, I got this big Twitch because he does this. Because he does this. That's why I got it. Because it's big and it's cool. And this is the toy I wanted when I was like 11 years old back in 2010. This is it. This is what I wanted. Again, never was able to get it. But now that I have it, after all these years, and especially getting it for a really good price, I don't know if it was that cheaper price at the flea market because they knew about the 2 left thighs, or if they just priced it good. But nonetheless, Man, I love it. I've had some people ask me for more Toy Story content, and I just figured me making a video about how much I love this Twitch is enough content. I might do some more Toy Story videos. I don't have too much to talk about, but hey, this is the first Toy Story toy I've gotten in a while, and it makes my soul very happy. I love it. And honestly, both of these really have a place in my collection, because this one's the direct He-Man Twitch. I mean, look at it. It even poses exactly the same, where it's got like swivel arms, swivel head. I wish it had like the spring punch at the waist, but it's got the very simple kind of He-Man Masters of the Universe articulation. It fits right in, man. I love this Twitch. Maybe someday I might just display it with my little He-Man collection just for fun and see if anyone's like, hey, isn't that Twitch from Toy Story? Yeah, but I mean, he's even got the harness and everything. Come on, he's a He-Man character. He's got like the colored boots and gloves and the tights and everything. Come on. I love it. It's so cool. Like, if they had the license to do He-Man, like, they would have just made this Mosquitor or something. Like, I just feel like that's what they were really going after. But the interesting thing is, in the movie, obviously, he was a bit bigger and a bit more extravagant than that. But, I mean, that's just the sake of making him a bigger menace, I guess. More of an imposing threat for the movie, making him a larger scale toy. This is really cool, though. Let's get a little closer and get some details. So looking at that face, it is absolutely menacing. I've always thought bugs like this, this is kind of like a wasp ant style head. I've always thought they've looked so cool. Something about it, like insects like this look armored and ready for battle. I mean, they are, literally. This is like a warrior insect. And they just look so cool. I love the eyes, the antenna. This one's kind of off to the side. I might be able to heat that up and get that fixed. But that is such a cool gimmick, how you press it down and it chomps. Oh, I love it so much. The wings, too. We got some nice little detail for, like, the veins and the texture of the wings. And around back, one thing I really appreciate, and this is something I think more toys should do, because I hate seeing a toy that's missing a crucial element. What Thinkway did, they attached string to these wings inside the body. So if the wings ever popped out, they wouldn't get lost, because they knew how much of a crucial element this was to the character, and losing the wings would be unfortunate. So the fact that they put string in here just so they wouldn't get lost, just so the wings are tethered to the body in some way, is ingenious. And I wish more toys would do that. Now, granted, I'm not asking for Transformers to be covered in strings, right? But something like this, big, chunky, large-scale action figure. Like, this thing's about 12 inches. Yeah, I appreciate that. I definitely do. I love the sculpted detail of all the little insect scales, I guess, around the body. It definitely has that He-Man proportion for sure. I love the harness. Mine's got some scuffs in the paint. I'll probably touch that up at some point, but it doesn't bug me too much. There's the button right there for the wings. That's really, really cool. And one cool thing, too, if you keep hitting the button, it almost sounds like an insect noise, which is kind of cool. I don't know if that was intentional, but if I was a kid, I would have been pressing that button like he was making little insect noises. The arms, pretty simple in their design. They've got some Batman-like spikes on it. It's pretty cool. I love his four-fingered hands, too. This kind of makes him look a little otherworldly. He's got a little bit of waist articulation. It's a Thinkway toy, so the articulation's not going to be too extravagant. I mean, you can move the head, you can do that. The shoulders are on ball hinges. The elbows are just on hinges. It almost looks like it will rotate, but it does not. That's just how Thinkway has often done their toys. It's on a hinge. Swivel at the wrist, swivel right there. And then as you can see, I definitely have a case of the two thighs. One thing I did try, I'm like, oh, maybe I could rotate this and it would look better, but no, it's like kicked off to the side. I mean, you can see right there, it is the same part. Absolutely, it is the same thigh. But I don't care. I think it's kind of charming. Because the way I see it, like this Twitch, this, misfit has been waiting for me to come into its life, to own it forever and ever. I'm too sentimental about toys sometimes, I swear. It's got bolt hinges at the legs. You can see the hip is unaffected with the thigh change. Actually, the hip moves a little more forward on the one that's backwards. But the knee, obviously, you can see this knee joint is backwards. So he's going to have like this weird backwards leg motion. But it does have a little bit of a joint on my weird leg. But on this one, it has much more of a bend. And then it just has a hinge at the ankle. I don't think it has a swivel. It almost looks like it would, but I don't think it does. I mean, those are definitely Thinkway joints. If you've seen a Buzz Lightyear toy, that is a Thinkway joint right there. They're very similarly engineered. So, articulation's pretty cool. I mean, we can get him in some pretty neat poses here, spreading his wings out. There we go. Getting his feet situated, rotating the head. I mean, yeah, this is a cool Twitch. I love Twitch, man. He's just such a cool character. And I've wanted this toy for so long. It's such a shame it's so hard to come by. Why is this large Twitch so hard to get? This small one isn't. This is probably the easiest Twitch toy to get. I mean, I think I got it for around $10 back in the day on sale or something. Yeah, these are sweet. These are really, really cool. I love Twitch. I just really want to make this video sharing my love of this obscure Toy Story character and his very hard-to-find big toy. It is a shame, like I said, it's so expensive, it's so hard to come by. There's not many eBay listings for it, but the ones that are, you're going to be seeing $100 plus. Some people have gotten lucky and gotten it for like $80 or $90, but some people have paid upwards of literally $100 plus more than what I spent on mine. Me personally, unless you are a massive, big, humongous Toy Story fan, do not spend that kind of money on this Twitch. I've wanted it for 13 years, right? And I've never been able to fork out that kind of money for it. But $40 in 2023, absolutely no problem with me. I was like, absolutely, I'll pay that for this Twitch. And I'm really happy I got it. Now, granted, if I never got this Twitch, I was really fine with that one. Because it's, you know, the direct He-Man translation, really cute little homage there with that toy. But this one, this big one, this is the one I've always wanted. So I've got to redo my Toy Story shelf to make way for this guy. I can't wait. It's so cool. Man, I kind of want to get the other Twitches. I know they did like a little toddler toy of Twitch. I know there's the more articulated, smaller one. Who knows? Will I go character focus completion on Twitch? Time will tell. But for now, I got the one I wanted. I am fine. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this toy and the fact that I feel the need to get these weird Toy Story things in my life. I don't know. Let me know. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Special shout out to channel members as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Alrighty, guys. Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.